This might be a bit controversial. I don't have anything negative to say about Sean Combs because my experience was not what the world has seen and how he's been, misrepresented. I'm not saying that every man is perfect. I'm not saying that all of us don't have flaws, but I can't, with any sense of humanity, not recognize the valuable contributions that this man made for us as Black entrepreneurs, for us as businessmen, for us as people who transition, culture and ideas into something that's tangible and becomes business. So many people benefited from what he created, and I acknowledge that, and that's why I see him as legacy.
We're gonna just land there every single time, bro.
Yeah.
We gotta do it for ourselves. We gotta stop listening to the pressure. We gotta stop listening to the threats, the emotion. Knowledge is power.
Yeah,
I know
facts.
what I know. The more I learn, the
And then,
more that
like-
I grow.
And then ultimately, how is this actually impacting your life or your family's life? Like Chili making donations I can care.
Less than $1,000, bro.
It's how that doesn't impact my daughter. Like
Shit.
doesn't impact my life, the Black community at large. Like zero impact
I
whatsoever.
don't know if that impacted Chili's life.
Right.
I don't know if she remembered
So
making
we
a donation.
can't care that much, like put that much emotion into it.
Look, bro. Usher also got canceled recently. For
Usher. Nah, Usher can never be canceled.
He was in some hot water for the way he chose to phrase statements about Diddy.
Yo, that's so interesting, like how algorithms work. I haven't seen no outrage or backlash behind Usher's.
These days, because I agree with you. I don't know if I saw any outrage, except for on the few posts I saw, it was a few comments like, yo, Diddy made him do this. This is a setup. Like, Diddy's definitely...
I saw 50 Cent troll him.
Is that what... Maybe that's what I remember.
50 Cent said that Usher, he ain't gonna speak bad about Puff because he remembers what Puff did to him when he played with his
That's weird.
Yeah.
Bro. That's what I heard about Diddy and Usher too, but at the same time,
that's
what I heard.
We taking it too far, bro.
Yeah, bro. At a certain point,
We taking it too far.
And the hot takes. Look, bro.
Like, you want to make fun of him for being gay? That's cool. I mean, being
Fuck you, not even.
Usher. Puff. People making fun.
Puff.
If you want to make fun of Puff for being gay, that's whatever. People
Is Puff gay though?
I don't think Puff's gay. I don't. I think he's a fluid guy.
Yeah, he's on the spectrum.
I think he's a fluid guy. And he likes conquering
different things.
people.
Pause.
It's a power play. So I think would mess with a child. That's where we taking it too far. Because Usher was a child when he was around Puff.
So, and now we can segue into a different conversation.
So what Usher did say was that essentially, in his interview, that he thinks that the Sean Combs or the Puff that he knows is not who has been recently portrayed in the media. What he chose to do was acknowledge what he's done for culture, what he's done in business, the people and the hundreds, maybe thousands of lives that he's impacted positively.
These niggas impacted millions.
Yeah.
Millions of lives.
Well, millions indirectly, but direct impact to people he's employed, gotten opportunities.
I see the difference you paying, bro, but I'm telling you, that run the vote, that was a direct impact to a young nigga that's a politician today.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
These things.
Yeah, vote or die. Yeah.
Or that's what vote or die. Whatever. Yeah. What these things that he did, bro. I don't know a young black child that wasn't influenced by P. Diddy directly. Like, this is why I'm gonna do the things I'm doing in life, or not do the things I'm doing in life. Yeah. One of the two.
Yeah.
But you was influenced by this guy. So we do need the Ushers, we do need the Young Miamis to speak to the other side. The semen on the nipples and the hot baby oil. That's vivid. We got that.
It's insane.
We got that. Nobody ever forget that now.
Yeah.
Look, bro. But we all are imperfect. We haven't sinned. We're all heaven sent. Even Diddy, bro.
Yeah, I think it's just really that's a stand up thing, man, that Usher did. Like, cause he was people wanted him to talk. He was one of the first people that wanted that people wanted to hear. Yeah, like, oh, we gotta hear. Like Usher was there. He stayed silent. He's like, you'll never hear me tear this man down because of what he means to me. He's going through an unfortunate situation. I don't condone none of it. But like, and people, like you said, are imperfect. So I think that's just like, we gotta be reminded that, like, just like the extremeness that Funky DeNeva just took for political shit. Yeah. Like, people when people have like go through like trials and tribulations, like you said, like, we just write them off completely, and that's not cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially a pillar of our community, like.
And so this is where I will take, in all seriousness, from what LaRussell said, the "and you" part, and even you, that's meant to make you say, let me stop the judgment. Mm-hmm. Because if they really go through my closet, embarrassment is gonna fall out. Yeah. Like, that's your daughter. Like, from the moment you're born, they go through your closet, you make mistakes, and as soon as somebody gets to really review you in full, we're gonna see the mistakes.
Like, think about the worst thing you've ever done. Right? If that was on display and everybody knew and you had to live with that forever, how would you feel? How would people look at you?
Be for real. And could you explain why you did it? Could you really reasonably come out to people and make them understand why you made that decision? Could you? Because some of the shit that I chose.
You could try, but niggas ain't gonna give you that grace.
Because they ain't go through it. I don't get it.
Because they're not up here.
But look, let's say we all walked around with our skeleton hanging behind our back. People will stop pointing like that. Because you know what's coming right back is, well, your skeleton too, nigga. Right. You beat kids. You jerk off 50 times a day. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, you know everybody got something. Yeah, but it's like but it's also it's like kind of more like it's nuanced. But misery loves company, right? So if you're not happy with where you are in life, it feels good to tear somebody else down.
And if you feel critiqued and criticized, it feels good to be on the other end of that. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I get it, but.
And then especially if you're a public figure and you've been up here, it's like, oh no, like, now I can bring you down here and like, oh, you're a creep, you're this, you're that, you're gay. Like,
there you go. Man. I get it, gang. I'm gay. And the more I see that these people are getting exposed for all of these things, the more I realize, like, oh, okay, it's actually better.
Tiger Woods,
it's actually better after you finish with the expose, because now you get to walk around for real. Like, who feels what, who doesn't? How can I'm gonna just move.
Yeah, and I think it's like to the Young Miami point. She said the same thing as Usher. Essentially, like, I could only speak for how he impacted my life and the person that I saw, not who you're telling me he is. And I live my life by that. Like, somebody could say like, oh, I don't really fuck with that nigga Chandler, bro. He this, he that.
Nobody ever said that.
Yeah, but niggas never would say that. But if I never met you, I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt.
For sure.
Because I know that's your perspective, and that's based off your opinion and experience. I'm gonna go in with a clean slate, and I'm gonna judge you off of how our relationship is, and I think that's respectable.
That's 100%.
To not like be like, oh, just cause y'all all saying this about bruh, I'm gonna kick him while he down too, and I'm gonna talk bad about the guy and say, oh, I didn't know he was a monster. No, that's not real. That's not real.
What if Arthur never tried to pull the sword out the stone because the other niggas was like, yo, I couldn't get it out? Hey, I'm different, man. Like, what do you want to say?
I'm saying, like,
that's how we figure it out.
Loyalty is like a real. It's not even like a thing anymore. Shotty said, like, if I did that, that means I never cared about you in the first place.
That's a fact.
And that's a fact.
I only cared about myself. So look, man, sliding right into the next topic, which is not listed here, man. You mentioned Usher and Diddy at a young age, bro. Mm-hmm. And that made me think about young R&B singers dealing with people that are older.